Hi there, this is Dax Jacobson, Assistant Professor of Management Information Systems in the Smith School of Business here at CSUCI. As part of the Emerging Tech video series, I'm going to tell you about a tool I've grown to really like. It's called Scoop.it, and you can see the homepage for Scoop.it here. I want to thank Jill Leafstead for giving me the opportunity to make this series of videos about Scoop.it, as well as for being the one to introduce me to the tool. Let me explain what I was searching for and why I chose Scoop.it. In all of my classes, I like to spend the first 5 minutes on a concept that I call What's the News. So I have here an example from a class I taught this spring, Business 550, the Contemporary Firm. So I would start with this concept called What's the News. What I expect students to do is to be aware of what is going on in the world around them and how what we talk about in class relates to what they see, hear, and read. In the past, I would simply ask students to be ready to share a news item. They could just share this verbally in class. I would also have several items to share as well, depending on how the discussion went. I might just have notes written down on a piece of paper or in Evernote on my iPad. I might have some links we could go to if we needed to. Students might come in, for example, and say, oh, I have a news item. It's about Amazon. Not about Amazon buying the Washington Post, but about Amazon, something to do with gaming. So we do a search. Sure enough, we pull up a report about Amazon working on a video game console. We might have a discussion about what this means for Amazon, about Amazon's strategy to apparently achieve world domination. We'd have a nice discussion, and then we'd move on. What I wanted to do was be able to move part of this exercise and discussion outside of class. I wanted to get more students involved, hopefully with actually sharing the news and with each other, commenting on, for example, the news items. And finally, I wanted to have a record of the news items that students found and that I found throughout the semester, so students can have a way to see sort of a snapshot of what we talked about and hopefully how it relates to concepts in the class. After much searching, much asking around, I was able to get a hint about Scoop from Jill. She suggested I take a look at it, and that's what I did. And like I said, I've been very pleased with what I found thus far. So what is Scoop.it? It's a content curation website. If you're familiar with that concept, it's also a way, as they state here, to share ideas that matter on beautiful topic pages. So there's an example here. There's a college professor, apparently a professor of geography, or at least of geography education. He has here a topic page on geography education. He's got different areas, different things that he's shared. Welcome to geography education, maps, 7,000 streams that feed the Mississippi River. You can see here's a news item about China. So a whole different things that he's collected about research, about news items that relate. He's provided some insight. He gets comments from other people, for example. It's a way for him to really have a nice visual way of showing news items and then be able to relate them to his followers, whether it's people in class or fellow educators, all under the umbrella of geography education. So what is Scoop.it for me? Well, Scoop.it for me is a way for my students and I to collect, organize, store, and comment on news items relevant to our class and to keep the learning and discussion going outside of class. I'm still trying to figure out the best ways to utilize Scoop.it and all of its functionality, but I've been really pleased with what I've found so far, and it really has become an indispensable teaching tool for me. In the next short video, the second of 3, I'll give you a brief how-to for the basics of Scoop.it. Thanks.